Alright, so there's not a lot of videos on replacing the door latch on a 2012 Dodge Charger, or any Dodge Chargers for that matter. There's a lot of videos on tightening this little stupid screw up here if it doesn't work, and there's videos on replacing the glass. I suggest watching those two, because that way you'll figure out how to get this inner panel off. So watch a video on replacing these little screws, taking the inner door panel off, and then replacing the glass, and you'll pretty much get to this point. There's another bolt down here to be leery of. Be careful when you're trying to get this inner panel off, but you have to get this fucking thing out of the way in order to get to this. So last thing I have right now is I have that plug has to come off. It's kind of hanging up this inner panel, so I'm going to reach my hand in there, push that down, and pull it off. See that little latch there? That little latch has to come off too. That goes up to the door handle. That's the mechanism actually replacing. I got the little blue plug pulled off, but there is another little bracket here hanging on to it. So we got to take this off to take this inner door panel off right here, which is what I'm currently wrestling with. So I finally got it to fall away. There's another little bracket right here. This thing I had to pop off in order to get that to release from the top of that. So now the whole thing should come out. Oh, lo and behold, there's another bracket here. Looks like it had a little push tab on it to release it. Not sure, we'll find out in a second. So that little bracket set up my tripod is what holds this mechanism to this inner door panel here, which I'm proceeding just to fuck up so I can get it apart. Probably have to order another one. Got that out. Looks like we got a couple connection points here. A door handle. One down. Another one down. I'm assuming this last wire is a proximity sensor. Trying not to take that out. Again, this is a 2012 Dodge Charger. There's that inner bracket. I can tell I fucked up moving around, but can you see it? Here, let me take it out of here real quick. That's that other bracket right here that held it from the other side, and this actually the whole back plate. I probably could have popped it off there, but I didn't know how this came off, or this came off from the mechanism, which actually went in there like this, which in turn was right there, so it kind of just went back up again. Well, here it is, all away, and that thing fit on this panel like this, so I got it rotated a little because it's just hanging there, right, and then fit behind there. Let's compare it to the new one. I don't even know if I got the right new one here. Looks like it. But if I want it to be right, it looks like I got to get a new one of these, which now looks like it might just pop on. Or maybe not. Well, you got this far, you might as well order the right one and fix it. Alright. Again, watch a video on moving that inner door panel. Watch a movie on tightening that little screw, because apparently that happens a lot. And then watch a couple movies on removing the glass, because that'll tell you how to get the glass off the motor regulator, which is this bracket and that bracket. I'm going to order that other part and try to put this bitch back together. So here's another little better view of what that bracket looks like on the back. So looks like you could pop these off, but even with the panel out like this, I'm still having a heck of a time. And that's where the latch mechanism sat in there. You can tell I broke it a little bit taking apart. And then there was another bracket that held the top of the latch mechanism. They already pulled out. That was easy to get to, but this thing actually goes underneath the door handle on it. It would have been in here more like this. Sorry guys. There it is on top. Try to hold it and do it. I need a cameraman. Sorry. Anyway, maybe from this angle. Okay, so it would slide on here like this. And that's what it was like inside the door handle. And then you had to kind of pop this tab, and that tab off. But I was able to just kind of break it a little. And actually, luckily, the old latch broke a little, as you can see, which was the holding part. So, alright, so in order to get this last prick bracket off, I actually had to get something pointy enough and rigid enough that it wouldn't bend. I jammed it in these little holes, sorry, and pried, and it finally came off. This is the other bracket, right there, the other bracket that holds the latch assembly. So I broke that too. We have to order a new one, and apparently it's going to slip back on this inner panel, right, and hold the latch assembly along with the other one that goes up there on the inside of the door handle. I'll put them back together and show you. Alright, so this is what it would actually look like all together in there. This bracket right here was stuck to that inner panel, which you got to take off. Again, I suggest watching window removal videos and inner panel removing things. So it would be in here like this, right? So here's your there's your latch hole, is where it would be on the inside. This top bracket connects up underneath the door handle, which I partially broke to get off, and then this one was attached to the inside of the door handle. So that's what you're fighting with when you have a Dodge Charger. Oh, this is a 2012 RT, all-wheel drive Hemi, not that that matters. But so now everything's disassembled, and then I have the pleasure of ordering some new brackets here, maybe, and putting it back together. So I just want to say I put it all back together. I got the new latch in. I didn't put those plastic brackets back in, but everything works fine. Closes good, opens good. I figured it had 3 big screws holding it in place. It didn't need those extra brackets. So, just a quick follow-up vid.